We're live on Facebook again on a Monday at 1 o'clock. Hey, everybody, it's Jeanette of MyBC Consulting. We are 1 minute late for Where in the World is a W5 story session. This is where I bring people from all over the world, both locally, nationally, internationally, and ask them the W5 story questions. And that is who they are, what they do, where they do it, when did they decide to do that, and why. So without further ado, who are you?
Hi, Jeanette. It's Lucia Steeg. Thank you for this opportunity. I really do appreciate it. So in order of no particular importance, who am I? I'm a visual artist. I am a small business owner. I'm an aspiring writer, an amateur photographer, a traveler, a wife, mother of an adult daughter and 4 fur babies, wildlife activist, and a perpetual student. I also enjoy volunteering and giving back to the community.
Okay, so you got a lot of who hats there that we're going to unpack a couple of them. As I say to anybody who's done this in the past, it feels like we've gone to Dr. Seuss land by the time to Whoville. So when you say an animal activist, what do you do in that role? And then as a business owner, what do you do in that role?
So with regards to activism, in particular, the wildlife activism, I raise, awareness about the issues that's facing wildlife. We're talking about habitat loss. We're talking about poaching. It's a case of, and obviously trophy hunting, which, sorry to mention it, but I'm against, trophy hunting. So I have to take a stand against that. And it's really a case of, if we do not give these animals somewhere to live, the wildlife somewhere to live, what is the point of having wildlife? Because they need the space. This is in particular relevance to where you have the mega wildlife, the big wildlife. Africa, Canada is blessed to have some beautiful wildlife as well, with bears, grizzlies, wolves, coyotes, your smaller, and I hope to see them in time and take some pictures and then share this passion that I have for wildlife with everyone.
Okay, so, as a business owner, how does that play into it?
So I am an artist, a visual artist. I worked in corporate many years. And when we moved to Canada in 2020 in the middle of a pandemic, I had this opportunity to put everything that I have learned in the last 25 years into practice in starting my own business. So I have always been involved and dabbled in the arts and crafts and enjoyed making it, enjoyed the process of creation, because I can put a lot of who I am into this creation that I make, the different things that I make. And here was this opportunity. So I had to learn new techniques. I had to learn new mediums. I had to learn, there was a whole learning process. And then obviously about business. Although I was in marketing and product management, it's very different when you're running your own business, because suddenly you don't have the corporate marketing budgets. You don't have the corporate, muscle to go and source new products. Now you are one person on your own, and you've got to go out and do that and source and learn. So I'm put myself into a digital marketing bootcamp, which I'm still trying to complete. I am going to be starting a mixed media course in June, just to brush up some techniques, because art is one of those things that continuously evolves. There's new techniques, new color combinations. I'm also doing a course in color therapy. So I want to bring that color, and understand for myself, when I'm attracted to certain colors, why? When I love certain textures and certain color patterns, why? So the psychology behind the color. And
that's fascinating. I know there's so much more to unpack there, and this is just like a teeny tiny little bit of your incredible W5 story. So what's the name of your company? So if people want to find you.
It's called Messy Meerkat Studios.
Okay, perfect. So that we'll make sure afterwards we put that into the comments so people can find you. So you said my next question is where? So where do you do what you do? So where in this world are you living now? Because you said you moved in 2020. So where are you now?
Currently residing in a small place called Ocean Park, I believe it's called, South Surrey. We're 5 minutes away from Crescent Beach, which is awesome, body of water, and me, love. And moved right across the world from South Africa, literally across the world to South Surrey. I'm very happy to be here.
Beautiful.
To be here.
Yeah, and we're happy to have you here too, because I'm a big fan of art. Anybody who knows me and comes into my little cottage here, they're like, woo, it's full of art. And I love the story connected to the artist as well. It makes it that much more special. And to me, the inherent value just goes like up, up, up. So when did you decide that this is what you want to do to switch into?
I was doing a lot of thinking, in preparation to leave South Africa. You're leaving, I'm leaving a corporate job, a very stable environment. I'm leaving the only family home that I've known. I'm stepping so far out of my comfort zone, it's unreal. So I'm like, what am I good at? There's a few skills that I have. So what am I really good at? And what can I develop and what can I grow into something that I love? Because it's no point in just doing something. You've got to love what you do, whatever that may be. Otherwise, that passion is going to be missing in your work.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have dabbled in the arts my entire life. Now's the time to get serious about it and start creating and putting it out there.
Beautiful. Love that win. Love that win. So ultimately, that leads to me, the win moments are on social media is when other people see our greatness, and either they want to see us in, I want to see you in my greatness, or I want you in my greatness. And it all leads down to your why. So why do you do, what's your why in life? Like, what's your why in life?
I have a lot to say. I just have a challenge in saying it. And what better way to express yourself than art? What better way to raise awareness than through art, whether it's the spoken word, the written word, the visual art, the performing arts. It's a way of self-expression. That is why on LinkedIn, my tagline is, I am, therefore I create. So I have some things that I would like to express. My love of wildlife, my passion for nature. I want other people to see it. My love of textures. I want people to be able to reach out and touch my art. It mustn't be a case of, oh, no, we can't touch. I want you to touch it, feel it, see it, experience it. So that is my goal. And that is my why. So I have a lot to say and saying it through art.
That's beautiful. And that's a perfect place to leave it. And that was our last question. Wow. Now I've got imagery all going up in my head, and I do follow you over on social media, and you've got, you're definitely my genre of art. So like I said, thank you so much for coming on Where in the World Is, a W5 story session today. We'll make sure Lucia's information goes into the chat. And if you have any questions after you watch this for her, please put it in the comments and she'll make sure to follow up with you. So once again, thank you so much. We will be back next Monday for another edition of Where in the World Is ... a W5 story session, where MyBC connects and builds relationships by helping others share their story to the four corners of this round world. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.